What's up, everybody? Simon here. In this video, we're just going to go ahead and talk about the stock market, Omicron, and everything in between that's causing cryptocurrency to fall, grocery stores and retail chains to not have products, and the stock market collapsing and then rebounding back up on the tech surge. So in this video, we're going to see what is the confidence in the markets today and where we're going to be by hopefully the end of the month. So before I get into this video, I always ask that you guys do me the biggest favor by subscribing to the channel. Smash that like button for me if you like this video. I appreciate it. Also check out my Patreon page. The links are below. Let's go. So it's been crazy. Omicron has taken over everyone I know, and their mothers and kids are sick. Everybody's getting sick. Now, the symptoms are not as bad as I have heard COVID to be. So a lot of people, including employees, are reporting that they are feeling a cold, maybe cold chills, a cough, etc., but nothing severe, and definitely not severe in terms of temperature. So that's great news. However, Omicron has given us a big scare. Grocery stores are pretty much near empty at a lot of locations. Companies like Albertson, Walgreens have seen a crazy stock drop of nearly 10% because they cannot fill their shelves.
16% of beverages were out of stock at the nation's grocery stores, 14% of snack foods, and 13% of frozen items out of stock.
I recently went to a store to buy up common supplies, etc., and the shelves were near empty. So that is causing panic, and I think people are going to continue to panic as Omicron continues to spread further and more people are getting sick. In fact, near here there is a COVID testing line, and that line went around the block, which really tells me that people are feeling that they are getting sick, or they've been around someone that's getting sick and they want to get tested. What that does, or what that is doing, is it's lowering the confidence in the stock markets. In the last few days, we've seen massive drops.
Earlier today, the Dow was up around 500 points at the highs of the session, losing steam throughout the day and definitely losing all of its steam really when that announcement came out that the first case of the Omicron variant was detected in California.
The stock markets have not had a great opening year, with Omicron really taking over during holiday travel. United Airlines has recently canceled flights because they cannot get employees to come in, and employees are calling in sick.
Due to illnesses and other staffing issues, United Airlines is preemptively canceling 112 flights on Christmas Eve, and Delta Airlines is scrubbing 90 of its nearly 3,100 flights.
So overall, the economy again is on a shutdown, and with it being on a shutdown because of consumer confidence, Omicron, and so forth, people are not able to resume their full-time business life. Also, on top of that, the feds have recently raised their interest rate to curb inflation. Now, we've seen inflation happening because used car pricing is up, gas prices are up, pretty much everything is up.
Now, here's the big numbers. Year over year, headline is up 7%. 7%. That is the highest since 1982, June to be specific, when it was up 7.1.
It's getting ridiculous, while the wages are not catching up to the price increases.
Inflation is moving much faster than wages, and when it moves back down, wages are going to be awfully sticky, and that's probably what we should be concentrating on the most.
The housing market has still gone up, although it cooled slightly, but in hot areas such as Florida, Texas, etc., the housing market is through the roof. In fact, Florida has had a double in housing market pricing. So the year has kind of come up where we are seeing rises of prices. However, we're not seeing consumer confidence keep up with the rises of prices.
On the median priced home with 20% down, the monthly payment is now about $100 more than it was a year ago. And for those putting less down, like FHA buyers, usually first timers, it's about $120 more. All of this is likely to cause more urgency among buyers now. Not usually a hot time in the housing market, but not much is usual in housing these days.
Overall, I think what's going to happen with the stock market is we are going to see a slowdown eventually as we go into the end of the month. Not to mention cryptocurrency. Have we seen the prices of Dogecoin? It went below 15 cents. I was freaking out.
I'm freaking out, man.
I am considering getting out of Dogecoin. I could have made nearly $1 million on Dogecoin alone. And now the cryptocurrency market, backed by the world's richest person, Elon Musk, seems to be falling beyond repair, as no other cryptocurrency in the meme sector has gone up except for another cryptocurrency which I bought called Baby Dogecoin, which actually has increased by 100%. You should check it out as well. However, Dogecoin has gone down, Shiba has gone down, SafeMoon at one point crashed over 75%. People were freaking out. I saw a 10,000 or so or 12,000 or so balance drop to like 2,000 and then back right up the next day. So cryptocurrency has not had a good chance to make it. Bitcoin dipped below 40,000 for the first time since last year.
There's some things going on right now short term that are a little bit negative for Bitcoin, but only short term. So, for example, the Fed is announcing, some mild inflation fighting strategy for 2022. And one of the things about Bitcoin in particular is it's a hedge against inflation. So if you think inflation is going to go down, that'll have some modestly negative price effects.
And now it is actually back up above 40,000. Ethereum crashed below $4,000. So things are happening that we cannot control. And I think as the Feds are going to continue raising the interest rate to curb inflation, to slow down this inflation and this mass boom of economy, we are going to see the stock market continue to take a hit, as well as the cryptocurrency market potentially continue to take a hit. Am I worried about the cryptocurrency? Yes, I am. Cryptocurrency is still not regulated here in the US. It's still being treated as a stock. But ultimately, the US government's going to have to make a move on cryptocurrency and decide how it is going to receive it, accept it, what it's going to do with Bitcoin, what it's going to do with digital money in general versus printed money. And printed money may become obsolete here in the next decade. And who knows what the heck happens with their decision making. So I am on the edge to see whether or not the government goes one way or another with crypto, particularly Bitcoin, Ethereum. Cardano hasn't done anything, right, guys? Tell me below in the comment if you feel cryptocurrency is going through something and if it will rebound. Are we in this phase where we don't know where it's going to head? Do you have confidence in Dogecoin or any of the other altcoins right now? Because I'm losing my confidence in it and I need your opinion. So in stocks, in terms of stocks, I have invested heavily last year into NIO. That price has dropped. And NIO, although has had great reporting, they've beat expectations in sales. China is pushing forward to having more and more electric vehicles. NIO stock right now is at $29, $28 or so. And it is off its peak from $64, which to me is a buy. However, I bought it at the peak of around $60. Therefore, I'm waiting for it to come back up. Another stock I've mentioned done really well in the electric vehicle sector is Lucid Motors. And Lucid I brought up at around $10 to $14. Now it's at $45. I wish I put my money in Lucid versus NIO. The company is doing some things and they are launching new vehicles, which is pretty incredible. Overall, the stock market is going to see some gains, maybe throughout this week. They've been on a good run the last 2 days. However, if the Feds keep raising the rates, we're going to see decline in the stock market and we're going to see a potential continuation of decline in cryptocurrency as new rules and laws are going to be implemented to curb cryptocurrency's influence. Now, interest rates cooled on Tuesday with the 10-year Treasury yield slipping below 1.75%. It's great news. But I think what's happened in the stock market is some pretty extreme selling went off before the end of the year, with a lot of stocks and a lot of people that have done great to avoid certain types of gains that could come up this year. So they wanted to sell them in 2021 before any type of new tax reform comes into play in 2022. So we could be seeing why the stock market dipped in the beginning, and now it's finally rebounding from those levels. ExxonMobil has increased by 4% to over $80 a barrel. That's good to see. So oil is back up from its lows at $45 or so. Definitely a good continuation of rise there as well. Gas prices are through the roof. I don't know about you, but we're in California where we're seeing $5 to $6 gas prices. It's insane. People are coming to me at work asking me for an advance just to pay their gas prices. All of a sudden, a double in gas prices to get to work is incredible and something that people don't normally plan for. Consumer confidence is going to be going down because all of these other costs are adding in to your everyday life, and yet the paychecks are not ballooning at the levels of 20 to 30% increase of inflation that we're seeing, and people are experiencing basically a shortage of not being able to pay certain types of bills. With 1.5 million cases of new Omicron variants, there's about 144,000 hospitalizations. And of course, anytime such a variant comes out, the stock market, the cryptocurrency market, and everything in between take a massive hit. And on top of that, logistics has been an issue from 2021. I've had shipments in one of my businesses go from $1,500 a shipment to $20,000 a shipment, which is incredible. So the Omicron variant is going to continue impact our logistics channels, and as you guys could tell, even the airline industry is back taking a hit, not to mention the cruise industry, which just opened recently and started seeing people come back to taking cruises, is again having a problem with potential shutdowns and potential spreads of these new COVID variants. So that is not good. It's not good for the economy, and it's definitely not good for travel, logistics, everything in between. And not only do the supply chains get affected, but store workers that work at Albertsons and all these other stores are feeling the effects of Omicron. So that is what's affecting our economy today, is simply the workforce is not back to work in the new year, in the beginning of the year. A lot of companies have delayed opening their offices to resume full work, including JP Morgan, Facebook, Twitter, etc. So all these companies are shutting down again, preparing for the new variant. And until we pass that, we are going to continue to see a stock market that's up and down based on the news of the variant. And unfortunately, it's going to continue to affect logistics. It's going to affect our supply chains. It's going to affect our cryptocurrency and our stocks. Anyway, that's pretty much it where we're at with stocks. I think by the end of the month, we're going to see if the stock market can rebound, if people can overcome this new variant and really just resume work. And if we can, we'll see an increase. If we can't, the stock market is going to continue to struggle. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll catch you here in the next video.